the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Fields this way up at the 17. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Gun.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Meanwhile, Burrow.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Inside the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Burrow. And it's intercepted. When they get the football, they'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
A man who missed all of 2021, this is J.K. Dobbins.
Von Bell up to make the tackle. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson eluding the pressure right.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Bengals will get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it. Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Boyd. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here we go, here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Boyd. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
We want to just keep this line on a loop because we say it so often. 1st down, Tyler Boyd. He's thrived in a high-volume role for the Cincinnati Bengals, averaging almost 80 catches and 950 yards a season over the last 4.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd down, Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Burrow will throw. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Tyler Shelvin there on the stop. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Ravens at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Barney, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And Jackson throwing once more. Oh, into a sea of defenders, and intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengalsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. The Bengals drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
David Ojabo running in to take him down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Here we go.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
On one, ready?
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Play action. It's Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run with Dobbins.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
J.K. Dobbins with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back? And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I'll overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Here we go.
To throw again on second down. Burrow flushed out right. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at the 33. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
Jackson now. This is intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Here we go.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Here we go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Again, that's Hurst. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go, here we go.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Now it's Burrow.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. To the air again, Burrow. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's first and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Jackson. The 20. Oh, nice move. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Damiere Byrd, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. They'll roll him out right. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mixing up the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And they go play action now. Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Here we go.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Mixon will try the right side. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Odafe Owe so quick. And he gets to him there behind the line.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
On one, right?
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Burrow looking to pass. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 18. He got 29 yards that time.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here we go, here we go.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens have opened the lead up to 30.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this 2nd half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Burrow. And now here's another interception.
Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis.
There's the stiff arm.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
That's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night.
Second down and 12 at the 19-yard line. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Jackson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Oh, Boyd, what a catch. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Ravens will have the football. Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
55 rushing yards, rushing on 12 carries for him now.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Quick.
They go play action with Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
A handoff running left is Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run with Dobbins. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll go again with Dobbins. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Now they send a man in motion right. Jackson's going to keep it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit, because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Taken from about the 12. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play. to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Here we go, here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Burrow will throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
A final shot now for Burrow. Flush to his right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. We go to each other in practice, obviously.